everyone, thanks for coming back for another anime figure opening video today. Today we are going back to another Tanjiro Kamado figure, and today we're going to be looking at the Kimetsu no Yaiba Vibration Stars figure that came out in Japan a few weeks ago. And the reason I say a few weeks ago, this actually came out for me a few days ago, but this probably won't be released until mid-September. So yeah, so this came out just at the end of August. But very excited to open this. Let's start by taking a look at the box. So as we can see, as always, we have our Kimetsu no Yaiba logo up in the top left corner. And then over here we have our Banpresto logo. And on the front we have Tanjiro taking up the whole front with this beautiful black circle pattern going on in the background. We can see it's got that nice kind of Japanese sumi kind of look to it, so very, very pretty. Down here we can see it says, if it will focus, Kimetsu no Yaiba Vibration Stars, Kamado Tanjiro, and then we have over here the Zeichi Shu, so the first version, again with all of our Bandai stuff and our Bandai logo. So very cool front. On the other side over here we have a very nice artistic look. We have Tanjiro down here taking up a tiny part of the side, and a beautiful image of Tanjiro in the background as if he has passed away. So it's kind of odd. Over this side we have Vibration Stars at the top, again with a close-up of Tanjiro, so a little bit more closer image. And on the other side we have just the Japanese, more kind of like calligraphy here. So we have the Kamado Tanjiro calligraphy, or Japanese kanji. We have a zoom in of Tanjiro's face, and again, that's quite a good image. And down here we have the Bandai Spirits address and age information. On the bottom, we have all of our safety information. Again, we've seen this a million times now. And on the top, again, we have a nice kind of silhouetted or kind of like monochrome. What would you say here? Like the color's different. Nice and simple English. So Tanjiro's in the background with the Japanese, and Jaya Prize and Aniplex. Seeing these kinds of things, you really do notice there's a ton of logos. Logo, 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 logo. It's all promotion, but anyway, let's get this open. Okay, and in with our knife. So, I was out shopping the other day and I found this figure for 1,000 yen. I couldn't believe it, because usually Kimetsu no Yaiba figures are all bought out and they cost a fortune. So this was a great steal. Let's open it up, and inside we can see, again, we have these QR codes. Please do feel free to scan these and have a look to see if there are any new figures. Try not to scan this one because this will lead you to a questionnaire about this figure. But there you go. But back to opening this up, we've got a few flaps here, so let's get that open. And then we have this cardboard. And once again, the figure is just taking up kind of like a centerpiece. Probably so because in game centers it would be easier to win. There's some bubble wrap for protection. I'll just stuff that in there. And then, oh my goodness, this is really stuffed in there. Oh god, there's a lot of pieces. Wow, look at that. There's a sword, a stand, and something to hold it. And then we actually have Tanjiro over here. So this is gonna take a bit of work. Give me a second. Okay, so as you can see, there are a lot of pieces. I'm just gonna go through very, very quickly. We have a very plain black stand with the Bandai logo at the bottom and just some plain bits at the top. There are two holes here which we need to put in this little piece here. And this is where Tanjiro is going to connect. So for now, we're going to put the stand down. When it comes to the figure itself, and let me just rearrange that so it looks a bit better. We have a top half and we have a bottom half. So these nicely connect like so. Hopefully. So we'll just push that in. Does that connect? Oh, with a bit of an oomph that does, but it takes a bit of work. So we got the body together. And then we also need to get the head in. So the head, again, will just connect in like so. And there's a lot of creaking, which means that it's a very tight fit, which is good. And then we also have Tanjiro with his hands being held out like this. And this is so he can hold his sword. So we're going to put that in like so. Wow! Wow! That is really cool. Okay. Right, let's now go into a little bit more detail. So let's start off by taking a look at his face. So as we can see, Tanjiro has this very angry look about him, looking as if he's kind of annoyed or trying to defeat someone. We can see he has these very, very cool dark red eyes, And there's a very bold dark line outline for his eyebrows, so that's pretty cool. We can see that his nose sticks out a ton, and this is probably the furthest I've seen a nose stick out on a figure like this, so it's kind of interesting. And we can see as well, he has this very angry mouth about him. It's pretty wide. There are both layers of teeth there, so we can see the top and the bottom, and a pink line between to kind of show that they are gripped together. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Haven't seen that in a figure before, so yeah, cool. We can also see he has his scar on his head. That's just a plain brown color there. And we can also see he has these pretty cool earrings on as well. Again, these are nicely detailed with the red circle, the silver bottom, and the white background. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Ears are nicely detailed there too. This one actually can give you a bit more of an example. So yeah, very nice. We can also see that his hair has a beautiful kind of burgundy look, or burgundy color to it. Nice brown. This comes off in multiple spikes and goes into a dark color at the bottom. And it also starts off at a darker color at the base, so it looks like they've got a very nice handle on the shading for this figure. So yeah, it's a very cool top half to this Tanjiro. So let's move down the body. Okay, so we can see that Tanjiro has his Slayer Corps uniform underneath. Again, this has a nice amount of detail to it. Buttons, collar, there's a lot of folds. There's even the pockets up here. Below we can also see the sword sheath is nicely strapped to his body. Again, this has a nice kind of black sheen to it with a silvery base. This is actually strapped inside of his belt. We can't really see it too well. If we go over this side, we can see it's kind of strapped in. Kind of hard to see, but it is there. We can also see that his belt has a fair bit of detail to it too, so that's pretty cool. You can't really see it when it's out here, but I guess depending on the angle, you do get a little bit of detail, so that's pretty funky. We can also see that his howdy, and yes, I did get it right this time. Such a huge mistake last time, so apologies for that. Has a wonderful amount of detail to it. There's a nice couple of folds going on the sleeves, on the back, so nice folds going at the back. This looks like a very old 3D game, maybe for like the N64 or something. Interesting pattern. But again, it's very nice. There's not really much else to say. There's a few kind of more natural folds at the back. If you feel it, you can't really see it too much, but you can feel those. And we can also see that his hands, nice detail to them too. No nails, but again, not a problem. And he's holding onto the sword. Now, as you saw when we put it together, the sword can come out. It's very rubbery, so it does bend a lot. But the handle has a nice bit of detail to it. There's a nice kind of bit of red and black for the straps. Again, the silver base. We have this nice kind of stopper here. And again, that's kind of got many holes in it, so it's all see-through. And then the sword itself comes out in a nice black sheen. Again, there is a tiny bit of detail there. So yeah, it's very pretty. Actually very pointy. So I'm going to stop stabbing myself and put it back. There we go. Alright, back into the figure. And then finally moving down, we have these trousers. And these have a ton of folds to them. Like, there's not just a few. I mean, this is just nothing but folds. I mean, this is Fold City. There's even little sags here for where it might sag a little bit at the bottom. There is a hole at the back, and I'll talk about that in a second because it goes into the stand down there. But there's just so many folds. Very nice. And then we have these little straps here kind of holding the trousers themselves to the legs so that they don't flap about too much. And again, these bandages again look like they're nicely layered, and that's the same on both legs. So pretty cool. Oh, actually, this is really nicely detailed, and for 1,000 yen, good lord. What a steal. And the final part I want to quickly look at are these sandals. Again, these have some nice brown straps to them going around the back and at the front there, so pretty cool. He is wearing socks, but I guess it's cold. I know in Japan a lot of people wear these kinds of socks. I can't remember what they're called, but they're very often worn with the geta. Is it geta these are? Anyway, these cool little sandals. And there is also a little bit of texture to them at the bottom, and that's the same on both bottoms of these feet. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, what an awesome figure. Alright, let's get him in his stand. And here is the Tanjiro figure in the stand, and this is so cool because it looks like he's leaping into battle. It actually looks like he's jumping, so that's really funky. What a cool design. Okay. I've talked a lot in this, and probably I've skipped over a lot of things quite quickly, so let me give you all a few pretty shots of this figure. So let's take a look. Alright, let's go to the shelf. So today we're going back over to the Tanjiro Shrine. We do have a ton of Tanjiros, and mostly only Tanjiros. Ah, damn it, I picked you over a Nezuko. Why are you not focusing? There we go. But what a cool figure. Very, very impressed with this. But hey everyone, thanks again for tuning in today. Sorry if it felt like this was kind of rushed. This room got really hot and I kind of thought, right, I've got to get through this quickly. So apologies if this isn't the quality it usually is. But if you did like today's video, do give us a like. Please do subscribe. We have a ton more figures coming soon. These are probably going to be the ones in order from Rem to Midoriya all the way down to Veldora and all the others. But I want to get these ones done soon, so we'll come to them soon. But love you all, and I'll see you in another figure opening coming very, very soon. Okay, bye!